Dear students, Jain, very good morning. Physics, as you know, the last chapter, chapter 13, the title has already been mentioned here. That is magnetic effect of electric current. Understood? Today, you are attending lecture number 5. Okay. Actually, lecture number 5 is generally it is a link of what you have studied in our lecture number 4, where I already explained you regarding Fleming's left hand rule that you all know very well. Okay. So, dear student, in today's topic, we are going to understand principal construction and working of electric motor. Let us try to understand how how electric motor are constructed. Actually, if you can just remember the experiment where we have taken horseshoe magnet, if you can remember, and what were we keeping inside horseshoe magnet? We were keeping a straight conductor through which we were passing electric current. But here, my dear student, we are not going to keep inside a powerful horseshoe magnet. We are going to place there an armature. Armature, you all know, I have also explained you regarding armature, if you can understand, in some time in our previous lectures. I have given you idea about armature, or it can be called coil, or dear student, you can also call it solenoid, if you can remember. How armature, coil or solenoid are made, you know. You have to take any hollow metallic type of cylinder on which insulated copper wire is wound around it, that forms the armature. You may also select a hollow rectangular piece of soft iron also. Understand, suppose you take a hollow piece of rectangular hollow piece of soft iron, suppose this way, this is hollow rectangular, understand, a hollow rectangular strip, though we can't say, but rectangular piece of soft iron, suppose you have taken. Okay. Suppose we call all the ends as A, B, C, D. Okay. And now, dear student, you take insulated copper wire. An insulated copper wire is wound around this hollow rectangular soft iron piece. This arrangement, which is realized here, can be called armature coil or solenoid. In the construction of electric motor, no doubt, we are going to utilize a horseshoe magnet, and inside the horseshoe magnet we are not going to keep a straight conductor, but we are going to keep such a rectangular coil of wire, understand, which is also called armature. Okay, let us try to understand today in lecture 5 regarding electric motor. Okay, let us try to understand electric motor, the principle on which it works. Also, we will try to understand its structure, right? What is the structure of electric motor? That is also we are going to understand today. Okay? Suppose, my dear student, as it is given in textbook, a three-dimensional type of diagram. Okay, let us try to draw that. Actually, horseshoe magnet is showing this way. We are seeing it from the front. Suppose, let us try to draw both the poles of the magnet. Okay, let us try to draw. This is one pole of a horseshoe magnet. Okay, right? Suppose this is north pole of horseshoe magnet, which is actually this way. We are just trying to understand north pole. And suppose this is, dear student, this is suppose one another pole, south pole of horseshoe magnet, understand? Okay, this is south pole. Also, let us try to show in three-dimensional way. This is south pole. Okay, just try to understand south pole. Okay, now dear student, try to understand inside the magnet we are going to keep a rectangular coil of wire. Okay, inside the magnetic field of this powerful horseshoe magnet we are going to keep rectangular coil of wire. Let us try to draw and understand. Okay, a rectangular coil of wire is kept inside this powerful horseshoe magnet. I am just trying to show you the rectangular coil of wire. Okay, Suppose this is a rectangular coil of wire. Okay. Let us say the end A, B, C, D. This is just a line diagram to actually understand what happens. Now, dear student, what you need to understand is that this coil of wire is actually attached with a slip ring, which is splitted slip ring. Let me show you a slip ring this way. This is split rings from here. Okay, this is also sometimes called a commutator arrangement, P and Q, slip ring. Okay, and the coil of wire is connected with the slip ring by two carbon brushes. I am showing the two carbon brushes here, X, one carbon brush here, Y. Okay, connected with the carbon brush, and this carbon brush remains in contact with the external electric supply, through which constant supply of electric current is realized. Okay, suppose this way. Suppose this is key. Okay, suppose this is I will not say it battery. This is external source of electric supply. Okay, right? Let us show this way. External source of electric supply. Okay, this is joined with the carbon brush. This is a line diagram to understand the things in better way. Okay, somewhat we are trying to realize and understand. See, dear student, what is actually you are looking in the diagram? Okay, this is what? A horseshoe magnet, obviously. This is horseshoe magnet. Then this is coil of wire. Okay, we can call it armature also. This is very interesting, dear student. This is actually, the name itself gives you some idea. Slip rings means this ring is going to slip, understand, on what? On the edges of this carbon brushes. Actually there are two carbon brushes, on which these carbon brushes are no doubt stationary, and this slip ring, understand, it is looking like this, two carbon brush, and slip ring is going to rotate, understand, by sliding on the contact of the carbon brush. Carbon brush remains stationary to make sure that constant flow of electric current should flow inside the coil of wire. Okay, dear student, this is key, and this is positive and negative. I will not call it battery, you can call it external source. External source of electric current. Okay, that means we are getting electric current from outside in our home, that is called external source of electric current. Okay, dear student, first you have to get complete idea at least every time as I insist you that whenever you try to draw any diagram, good diagram is no doubt expected and it's a good thing to fetch some good marks, but at the same time try to understand one very important thing, dear student, that once you draw the diagram, the working of the electric motor, here we have shown the line diagram of electric motor, suppose. So one thing has to click in your mind, that electric motor is actually going to work on Fleming's left hand rule. How? Let us try to explain. But before that, all apparatus you understood a very powerful horseshoe magnet. Inside the horseshoe magnet, there is an armature or coil of wire. Both the ends of the coil, understand, remain in contact with the slip rings, and slip ring is going to rotate, understand. Because the slip ring rotate, the coil can also rotate, you understood. But this slip ring is going to remain in constant sliding contact of carbon brushes like this in cycle. Suppose you know the brake shoe. When you apply the brake shoe comes in sliding contact with the rim of the wheel, you know that. Understand? That is called sliding contact. That rim, some technical fault, okay, student? So, what I told you, both the ends of the coil remain are actually connected with a slip ring. This slip ring is actually one type of commutator arrangement which is going to actually reverse the direction of electric current during the rotation of the coil. Actually, this slip ring is divided into two halves. One is called P and one is called Q. Q remain in contact with this end. P is just now in contact with this, and these are carbon brush which constantly ensures the flow of electric current. Understood? Now this is actually the working key, external source of electric current, everything is clear. Now dear student, before we actually understand how the electric motor works, we all know one thing very well, that electric motor converts electric energy into mechanical energy, but how it is actually realized, just try to understand. Suppose, as you all know, magnetic field which is constructed by imaginary magnetic line is always, magnetic lines are traveling from north pole to south pole. Suppose, dear student, I show only one magnetic line, okay, imaginary. This is direction of magnetic line, as you all know. Now, when you switch on, the electric current will start flowing in the wire as in the circuit as usual, from positive to negative, higher potential to lower potential. Okay, this is what I am showing, the direction of electric current which will flow in the circuit. Okay. Now, dear student, try to understand the direction of electric current. If you just compare this rectangular coil of wire, if you consider four edges AB, BC, CD and DA, suppose, so here the direction of current is this way. On this edge, the direction of current is from A to B, perpendicular to magnetic field. You understood? On edge BC, the direction of current is from B to C, which is equal to magnetic field. Again in CD, the current flows from C to D. Again on this end edge, direction of electric current is perpendicular to magnetic field. Again here, suppose we just think the direction of electric current is again parallel to magnetic field. So, dear student, what you can observe here is this, that if you compare four edge of the rectangular coil of wire at two edges, the direction of electric current is here on these two edges is perpendicular to magnetic field, but on these two edges here, the direction of electric current is parallel to magnetic field, and you know Fleming's left hand rule. For electromagnetic force to apply on the conductor, the direction of magnetic field and electric current has to be perpendicular to each other. On which edge you are seeing that? You are seeing that combination where magnetic line and electric current are mutually perpendicular to each other. This combination you see only on two ends AB and ends CD. Only at two ends you are seeing this mutual perpendicular combination. At end BC and AD, it is parallel combination. So, my dear student, try to understand. No electromagnetic force will act on edge BC and edge AD. That means electric force is going to work only on edge AB and edge CD. And as they have shown in textbook, one axle they have shown. Axle means around which this coil of wire can rotate. I am not showing the axle. Understand, actually axle is that center arrangement on which the coil of wire is going to rotate. But one thing has been clear, that perpendicular, mutually perpendicular combination of magnetic field and electric current is actually realized only on the two ends of the armature AB and CD. In that also, dear student, so one thing is clear, that electromagnetic force is going to be active on two ends, which AB and CD. Now question, how the electromagnetic force will act? It is not a straight conductor that it is pulled. It is a rectangular coil of wire which is free to rotate on the axle. Just by flick it will start rotating. Understand? So actually what happens here, in both the edges, that is AB and CD, what you are seeing, the direction of electric current are opposite. In AB, it moves upward A to B. In CD, it moves from C to D, because on both the ends the direction of electric current is different. So both the edge of the coil is going to experience opposite electromagnetic force. Means on one edge the force is working downward, so on this end the force is acting upward. So actually what happens, dear student, try to understand this. Because of the direction of electric current in this way, and AB will be pulled downward and CD will be pulled upward. Understand? As a result, what happens, dear student? Around the axle, suppose I just show you the axle. Understand? Around the axle, this is suppose axle, a rotational is realized. Understood? What happens actually? Due to this rotational moment, AB will be pulled downward, CD will be pulled upward, so half rotation will be completed. Means CD will take place of AB and AB will take place of CD. Okay, dear student, the rotation of the coil completely changes this. I am just showing it here. Just try to understand what happens. The coil has gone through half rotation, so the new position of the coil is looking this way. New position of the coil. Okay, what is it? It is going to look like, see, this is slip ring already, QP, and these are carbon brushes, X and Y. Okay, what happened in the second position? Now AB takes place here during the half rotation. Initially AB was here, now AB is here, and CD was on right side, now CD is here. Now what happens, dear student? Due to the sliding arrangement here, the electric supply is going to continue as usual. You understood this? Because only the slip ring rotates in the sliding contact of the carbon brush X and Y. Slip ring rotate, that means I initially told you to ensure that the steady flow of electric current has to flow through the coil. So now what happens, dear student? What was initially happened? AB was pulled downward and CD was pulled upward. Because the direction in AB was from A to B. Now, dear student, try to understand. Direction of current is going to remain as it is because it ensures the steady flow of current. Now what happens? This is direction of current. Again I am showing. Just try to understand what happened. The direction of electric current has reversed. Just try to understand. Initially in CD, it was from C to D, now it is from D to C. Understand? Initially in AB, it was from A to B, now it is from B to A. So actually, now reverse effect means what? CD. Understand? Initially CD was pulled up, now CD will be and AB will be pulled upward. Again the half rotation will complete. Again my dear student, complete rotation. First rotation, then second rotation. What happens? Because constant flow of electric current continues due to that commutator carbon brush and split ring arrangement. Understand? This ensures because the direction of electric current changes in the edges, we are never bothered about this to end because the direction of electric current in both these edges ends is parallel to the magnetic field. So no electromagnetic force is going to act on those two ends. Our concern are only these two ends where direction of electric current is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So what happens, dear student? Half rotation AB in place of CD, CD in place of AB. Again half rotation, CD in original place, AB in original place. Again half rotation, edge are extend. So constant circulation, constant rotation of understand coil are realized. Understood? This is actually simply the working of electric motor. You understood this? Because diagram is important not to just mug up the short knot, but diagram is important to really understand the complete working. I do not want you ever to just draw a good diagram and mug up the short knot. That's not the way. When you draw diagram, you try to make up the complete short knot by yourself. That is very important. You have to make the short knot yourself. Understood? How to make that short knot? That depends. Understand? Because that's why only the figure counts and importance. Okay? This is clear in your mind. Two ends, two edges of the coil remain unaffected by the electromagnetic force and BC and DA because in these two ends the direction of electric current is parallel to the magnetic field. So there will be no effect seen on both the edges. You understood this? Only the two ends which are going to be affected as per the Fleming's law are AB and CD, which ensures direction of current reverses and ensures the constant rotation, understood, of the coil armature solenoid inside the magnetic field of horseshoe magnet. This is the working of electric motor. You understood? Where electric motor are utilized, that you all know. Electric motor finds an importance in many electronic device, electrical device, water pump set, in toys, everywhere where you see some movement in the electronic or electric device, electric motor counts an importance. You understood this, right? Just take an example, the electric fan. There is also electric motor which is going to give it a rotational movement. Understand? Any device at your home, even take an example, mixer at home, juicer at your home, all actually have inbuilt electric motor in that. Understand? Wherever you see rotational movement by utilization of electric current, inbuilt electric motor is going to be existing there. Understood? So this is, dear student, working uses of electric motor. This is very important, the commutator arrangement, which is going to ensure the constant flow of electric current in one direction. I say in one direction, but inside the armature, the direction of the electric current will change after every half rotation to ensure the constant rotation of the coil. Understood? This is electric motor. Okay, dear student, just have a look at the diagram and just try to understand the working. That's very important. Understood? When you draw any diagram, what is important for you is that after you draw the diagram, try to realize the complete explanation from diagram itself. That's very important. Diagram, just don't draw the diagram, which I am again and again in biology also I told you that simply drawing the diagram and then mugging up the short note has no relevance at all. When you draw diagram, you have to be very sure that from the diagram itself, you should make yourself capable to understand the working from the diagram itself. That is very, very important for you. Okay? So this is, my dear student, working of electric motor. In exam, suppose you are asked, explain. This was the question in our March 2020 board exam also. Explain principle, construction, working and uses of electric motor. You will find when you come and receive the material of all this remaining chapter, in the first half it happened that in the material we could not include one extra parameters at the end of the chapter, but in the next 10 chapter material, what we have done at last, understand, one clipped arrangement is there asked in board exam 2020. Understand, whatever questions are asked from this particular chapter are listed out at the end of the chapter. Understood? So principal, construction and working of electric motor was asked in board exam March 2020. Principle, conversion of, such a simple principle, conversion of electric energy into mechanical energy. Construction, a powerful horseshoe magnet. Inside the horseshoe magnet, a rectangular coil of wire ABCD is kept axled to ensure a very free rotational moment. Two ends of the coil are connected with the split rings PQ. That slip ring are remaining in contact with the carbon brush X and Y, which is connected with the external source of electric supply and key. The complete arrangement has been explained. working. When we switch on, the electric current start flowing in the circuit. Understand, then you have to explain about the edges. Your narrative has to be on this, that inside the coil of wire ABCD, two ends are going to be affected, AB and CD, where the direction of electric current is actually perpendicular to the magnetic field. On end BC and AD, the direction of electric current is parallel to the magnetic field. So both these ends BC and AD remains unaffected by the electromagnetic force. In AB, the current will flow from A to B and CD from C to D, exactly mutually opposite. So both the ends of the coil will experience the opposite electromagnetic force. AB will be pulled downwards, CD will be pulled upward. Due to this pulling force, a very free pivotal axle arrangement will ensure that the coil rotates by half rotation. AB comes in place of CD, CD in place of AD. Now the direction of current is reversing. In CD, it will flow from D to C. In AB, it will flow from B to A. As a result, the opposite electromagnetic force, now CD will be pulled downward, AB will be pulled upward, and again the half rotation complete, and coil after half rotation to its original arrangement, again constant flow of electric current and reversal of current in both the ends at every half rotation ensures that the coil of wire will constantly rotates inside the magnetic field. You understood? This is working of electric motor. Uses, so you can mention so many. Understood, dear student? So in today's lecture, you got an idea regarding principle, construction and working of electric motor. You understood this? So lecture number 5 today, explanation regarding electric motor. In the next lecture, we are going to understand some principle of electromagnetic induction. Electric generator, though it has been expelled, but we are going to explain it. Electric generator exactly opposite to the electric motor, and then domestic electric circuit and AC DC current. Understand, these are some of the topics left in your entire physics. Understood? Three topics are left which we are going to cover in our next lecture. But before that, one thing again I should remind you, diagram has to be clear in your mind in such a way that you are able to prepare your explanation regarding the working from the diagram itself. Okay, dear student? So for attending today's lecture, thank you very much from Bharat sir.